How do you stop? And I know you mentioned this word and you're like, I fucking hate that I'm even saying this word, but triggers, because, we still get triggered. So when you get triggered, how far do you go into that trigger?
I don't. I mean, I haven't really been triggered to where I've like gone off the rails or yelled or anything. Like I've been reactive, but it's been reactive where I've been like, no, thank you, without looking at somebody in the eye. Like that I catch myself doing. And that's pretty much the worst thing I do now. But like, if somebody's an asshole, I'm going to tell them. Okay, so the other day I'm on this plane ride and this guy's farting on the plane and I'm flying to fucking Clearwater, Florida. So I'm already like, you know what I mean? Like, shit. I wanted to go because it's my tour, but it wasn't sold out. So I was worried, oh, fucking Scientology. Who knows what the layover is? You know what I mean? Ended up being a great show. Ended up, being all the things I wanted it to be. But I took this plane ride and this guy's sitting next to me farting. And I'm like, oh, okay. And he's a total hillbilly. And I'm like, okay, you have got to use your patience right now. Because, 2 years ago, I'd have been like, listen, you fucking asshole.
Yes,
you need to stop fucking farting. And I would have probably physically done something, like held his shoulder while I said something. Like, I would have done that.
You would have.
And been like, what the fuck do you think you're doing? Meanwhile, I've done the same thing on planes. I've farted for hours straight. Okay, so I don't know.
You don't want to breathe someone else's fart.
Right.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, okay, do your breathing exercises. Like, it's not his fault that he has gas. He's got something in his colon. Just breathe deeply. And I'm like, I can't breathe deeply because then I'm like taking the air out of his asshole into my mouth. That's breathing deeply. Like, so I can't even breathe. And I'm trying to like meditate. I'm like, okay, don't say anything to him, please. And then I was like, okay, if you had to say something, what is the most compassionate way to ask somebody to stop farting? Like, what's the most compassionate thing you could say?
I can't wait to hear this.
And for fucking 40, no, I came up with nothing because and I was like, okay, you know what? You're not going to do anything right now. Just nothing. And I was like, okay.
But you know what you did, which I can be like Dan for a second, is you found empathy.
Yes, I had to think about his colon.
You did. You had to think about his fucking colon. Chelsea Handler has grown the fuck up.
Yeah.
Jenny McCarthy Show. Oh!